Good evening. On today's adventure, we are going to be going on a interchange PMC run. I am going to take you guys through a few of my favorite loot spots. I'm not doing any sort of tutorial or anything today. I'm just quite literally running to the spot, looting it, and leaving. I will show the looting parts, but today's video is going to be a little bit shorter as I'm going to cut out just about all of the running, and I'm just going to snap to each position, and then I'll put a little screenshot of where I am on the map. I did end up finding an Ollie register key, so I am going to be using that key. I'm going to cut that video out, and I'll just go ahead and tell you that I made roughly $260 off of all of the Ollie keys. I think it was a 40 use key, and I used roughly about 20 uses of it, and I got about 220k. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get right into the video. Oh, Christ. Okay. Where the fuck am I? In the back. Awesome. This is exactly where I need to be. Hopefully this loot run gives me something good. I need a win. That's not a win. That was a gun behind me. Holy shit, I dropped them both. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, still like completely confused on how I dropped both of them that quickly. That's crazy. I mean, I'm shooting FMJ. It makes a little bit of sense, but not to drop them both like that. I swear I'd be shooting like red tip or something. Andy's got a strike. Take the ball. Two level 7s, dude. Seriously? Fuel container. Now for the big money room. So in here is where you can find all of the different spawns. You can get LEDX spawns here. Medical crates, of course, you always get the LEDX spawns possible. When I'm done looting this crate, I'll look at the next few spawns. So right here on this shelf, there's LEDX and defib spawns, LEDX spawns in there, LEDX spawns on the floor and the shelves and on this little cart. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of them. I have found I think 3 LEDXs there at one time. Over here, you can get an intelligence folder, a gun, some food, and then there's some rare spawns on the beds if you can end up finding them. But other than that, this is pretty much all I found in this location. It wasn't too entirely loaded like it normally is. Normally, you can get some fuel conditioners and some big fuel cans, and like I said, LEDXs and defibs. But other than that, we're just going to go ahead, cut to the next location, and see what we get there. 1.0, everybody, ready for release. Just so you know. So a little context on why I was complaining about that. I had ran into 2 scavs, and the first time the scav even took a shot at me, he gave me a heavy bleed and a black arm, which explains the black arm. I didn't feel like showing the skirmish. I mean, it was quite literally just one scav hit him 3 times in the head before he died with FMJ, which is completely ridiculous. He was also only wearing a fuzzy hat that you need for setup. So there's a little bit of context on why I was a little bit upset. And then there's where I got the Ollie register key. But back to the live commentary. The interaction with Killa to loot the Ollie registers. That's just bad aim. Intel spawn, Suela. I thought there was something here. I'll take it. Not going to lie, this is not hitting. I think this is probably the worst that this place has ever been. And I think this is actually the worst it has ever been. You know, put the ghost scope in there, but really hoping for a Letty. Can still happen. Can still happen. It's not over till the fat lady sings, I guess. So while I sit here and put my arm back on, this is pretty much the extent of what I found here. I'm really not having good luck in these areas, and it's slightly annoying because I normally have really good luck looting these areas. But just as soon as my arm's finished being put back on, we're going to cut to the last location and hopefully find something big. See you there. So, right here, I'm talking about possibly farming Killa on stream if I could get some people over to my Twitch. I'm going to start linking my Twitch down there in the description. I'm fairly certain the ID verification has finally went through, so I can start posting links. So make sure to check out my Twitch. I try to stream on my days off, which right now is just going to be the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, maybe even Friday. But until then, for now, we're just going to start looting, and then once the looting's done, I'll try to put a screenshot of everything that I got, and we will call it a day there. Done a tutorial on how to fucking loot it, so I mean, if you want to loot it, you can kind of watch where I go and attempt to follow it, but this is my favorite place to farm. My favorite three areas to farm semi-high grade loot and tech spawns for the stash, while also getting your hideout items and possible lead X's and all of that fun jazz. Can also get some nice attachments and such. But I mean, other than that, there's not much here other than gun parts, high value spawns, tech spawns, shit like that. Electrical components, I know those are going for a pretty freaking penny right now. If this game would bless me with a car battery right now, I'd probably start liking the game a little bit more. Gas and fucking motor. I'm kidding, dude. Okay, I'll take a deep bid. I just love it when BSG puts fucking empty cases for no goddamn reason. These. Apparently there's a graphics card spawn. It's the fucking right there on that. I've yet to see one, because I need 4 of them. Three of them, however many it is. Here, toss there. You know, every single fucking drill needs to be found in raid too. At least every drill that I've needed is needed to be found in raid. M61. No. Takers. I should have known. There's a morphine sitting on the table. I should have known I wasn't going to get anything good here. It's the Blueberry helmet. Alright, time to eat and drink everything to level the metabolism. What I meant to say is time to eat and drink Iraq Cola. Huh. Okay. I guess too bad you can't list those on the flea market anymore. A Thor. This is like a, or no, this is a packet this time. There's like a guaranteed spawn right here, every single raid without fail. Although this is the first time that it's been anything other than a Thor. Well, this one was a bust. But this is the way that I loot this area. And then you just bring a flare, walk into the extract zone. If I can get it to pop back up. Shoot your green off, and then hope that the game accepts it. Then never run past this sign. There's mines fucking everywhere there. So I hope that you guys can run this location. So this is pretty much the extent of what I got. I got some helmet pieces, sugar, drills, just really hideout stuff other than the O scope or the D scope and the defib. I really didn't find anything else. Like I said, I did loot the Ollie cash registers, and I got roughly about 260k. I started with about 20k, just over 20k, so I ended the raid with like 280 and some change. But other than that, that's pretty much the extent of what I found. It wasn't the greatest this time, but like I said, you can really find some good loot. Unless Nikita, of course, nerfed that area, and if he did, I'm going to be sad because now the only area that I can genuinely loot and find good loot is labs, and I don't have access to labs right now because I have a job and I can't grind for 16 hours a day, and I pretty much only get to play when I'm off work. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you later.